Hello everyone, welcome to Billion Bawai. After a commentary on Reserve Bank credit policy, the next most important thing that we need to comment upon is the NPA position in banks. We need to think out of the box in order to clear the NPAs that have been laden and the public sector banks have been laden with. Now, whose fault is this? It is very clear from the IDBI episode that in all the public sector banks, behind every big loan, behind every bad loan, behind every NPA, there is a politician. Whether you like it or not, our political system has worked to kill our public sector banking, which was very good till then. I request the Supreme Court of India to take suo motu cognizance of this statement and then initiate proceedings by CBI to check each and every loan account, big loan account. Let's say take about 10,000 big loans in India and trace it to the politician who is responsible for that particular account being sanctioned or being sanctioned when it was not eligible or being helped when it was trying to browbeat the banks. So public sector banks have to fight politicians first and the NPA companies next. That's just very clear. Now next thing, now what are the other options available for banks at this particular moment, because Reserve Bank has now thrown in the towel and said, banks, please look after your NPS, look after your health. The government, if it gives capital, you take it. If it doesn't give capital, then God help you, you close yourself down. With this credit policy, that is the particular meaning. And no help is going to be available. Reserve Bank is not going to be accommodative towards the twin balance sheet problem, towards the banks or the NPA companies. Now, there is a logic that was given that all these companies were helped because they were building the industrialization of India. Now, that particular logic does not hold good now because most of the new companies, most of the new age companies are being helped by private equity in establishing themselves for first 3-4 years and later on by the capital market, and banks have absolutely no role to play. So it is a very, very long story cut short that banks are now left with the dead baby, with the bath water has been thrown out and the doctor is missing. Central government is not responding, Reserve Bank of India is not responding. Now what is the option available to banks? State Bank of India has stated that if it comes to the treatment that is meted out to IDBI, they would rather apply bankruptcy law and then close down, declare every NPA account holder as a bankrupt person and go as per the bankruptcy law. Now, does that really help industrialization of India? Does that help the entrepreneurial class? Does that help in maintaining our competitiveness internationally? Will Indian entrepreneurs, Indian companies come forward to fight for the country when it is required, either with US or in WTO or in Davos or anywhere? Definitely not. Now, what else is that? That means we have to find a way whereby the twin balance sheet problem is solved by both the twin persons who are involved in it. Now, who are they? The company and the bank. Now, what is the strength of this? I have inspected local head office of state banks, head offices of SBH, and head offices of other nationalized banks, zonal other offices of banks, and I have come to know one thing. I have analyzed so many NPAs in my career that one thing is very clear to me: NPA is sanctioned NPA. An NPA does not become NPA during the course of any particular life of an asset. But NPA is a sanctioned NPA because the banks go in for extra commercial considerations and they are incompetent in judging the intentions and they are unable to force the person to pay their loans. Now, it is very, very clear to me that you see, we have NPAs, companies which are NPAs, right? But the owners or the entrepreneurs who are multimillionaires. You see, Kingfisher Airlines is NPA, UB Group is NPA. But Vijay Mallya is not NPA. He is having his hi-fi lifestyle in UK as it is. Absolutely cannot be touched by anybody in the world. Now, what is this dichotomy? Unless we understand this dichotomy, we cannot solve the NPA problem of banks. For me, it is very clear. Banks should offer NPA owners two options. One, we will help you with your NPA. You help us with our capital. That means the repayment in NPA or whatever concessions that are being given in NPA should come back, should flow back to the bank as a capital. That should be the option. That means, supposing you owe 9,000 crores and you are coming to me with a request that you please write off 5,000 crores, I will pay 4,000 crores. Now, what the bank should say is, okay, I will accept this proposition, 4,000 crores, I will close the loan. But the 5,000 crores, I will not write it off. I will only convert it into equity in my bank for you. So, you arrange for the amount, and that equity will remain with me. You can make it as a debt equity, you can make it as a preferential share capital, tier 2, tier 3, whatever you analyze and find a new name for it. But make sure that all the NPA people become your shareholders. With that, they will get a stake in your bank, right? And you will have a stake in them. You would have given them concession, they would have given you capital, and God forbid the central government is unable to give you the capital, your bank will survive. I request all the banks, Reserve Bank of India, Indian Banks Association, to think about this. State Bank of India, IDBI Bank, ICICI Bank and others, to think about this option. Thank you for watching.